Hello there. All right, we're trying to turn this around here. Great. Hey, we're talking about online businesses for beginners, and the one in particular is the legacy builders, which I have found to be fantastic because the amount of support and mentorship that's provided is unbelievable. And I've done a lot of other programs, and sadly, some of those programs really didn't have anybody that was expert in doing the program. They just wanted you to sign up and pay a monthly fee. But with legacy builders, it really was it's more than I thought. A friend of mine had showed it to me, and I was just happened to be looking for something, and it just fell right in place. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. He come back from a road trip where he met some people, and he was introduced to the program, and he enrolled and signed up, and then I followed suit. So the beautiful thing about this program is that it's for beginners. You don't have to know tech. You don't have to know how to build a website or SEO or coding, how to create backlinks, which is an SEO strategy. You don't have to be an expert on social media. You don't have to know how to or have already have thousands of followers. You don't have to write emails. There's no selling involved. It's rejection free, and there's just a ton. And there's dozens and dozens of training videos. There's dozens and dozens of recorded webinars. They have live support twice a week, sometimes more. And then you have a community on there where everybody enrolled is in the community and can answer your questions. So you're never stuck. It's almost 24/7. You're never stuck to get help. There's always somebody there available. I've never seen anything like this because a lot of times when someone discovers a secret about a product, they don't want to give up their secret because they're afraid they're going to lose it. Like someone else is going to come in and steal their thunder or steal their business or some such thing like that. So it's not like that with this company. Well, it's not really a company, it's a community. It's a community. This is not some big organization where a bunch of your money goes up lines and you have to recruit and you have to pay monthly fees and you have to have overhead and you pay for this and pay for that and pay, right? Everything's a one-time fee. You pay one time and then you're in for life. You get all the support, you get your funnels, your website, everything. Um, so no monthly fees. Anyway, I'm really impressed. And what's great about it is it's really broken down. I love this term granular, like really finely into little bits, little bite-sized bits, little 3 to 5, 7-minute videos that explain the process. It tells you what to do, exactly how to do it. And there's someone on a screen, or you're watching their screen, and you're watching them go through the process. So you can see what they're doing. They're not just explaining it to you, right? And they say, go to the upper right corner of your screen and click this button, and you don't see the button. Well, you can. You can see their button. You know exactly what they're trying to do. So this has been really amazing for me because I've done quite a bit online, and I've been interested in finding something that would help me move to the next level. I've done all of those things, but what's great is that I'm not. Well, this isn't what's great because I'm not expert. I'm not expert in building websites. I'm not expert in SEO. And I'm not expert in funnels. In fact, I didn't even know what a funnel was up till a few years ago. I didn't understand the process. I do now. It's really just email automation that continues to give touches, right? It continues to ping the interested person when they enroll in the email. And it gives them more data, and it continues to interest them in the product or service, so that eventually they say, you know what, this looks really good. Maybe you haven't hit that right button with that person. So the funnel just keeps going and keeps pinging them until they unsubscribe or the email chain ends, because it isn't going forever. Although I've been in some that just don't seem to end and you get two a day. This isn't like that, right? In fact, they found that if the person isn't interested after about 12 or 13 emails, that's it. They're not going to sign up. 15, 18, 20, 30 emails has not yielded better results. So back to what I was saying is that the training is very granular. It's broken down every step of the way from setting up your website, which is built already, right? Adding your name and your personal information to each section of the funnels, right? How to set this up, how to buy a domain name, how to set up an email, all those things are done. And if you get stuck along the way, which I did, I just asked a question. I'm like, hey, I'm running into this problem. Like, oh yeah, go into this section, search this word, and then it told me what to do. That was in the community. People are already solving other people's problems. It's really a beautiful thing. So I'm talking about the system. But what this thing does is it keeps me at home with my kids. Now, to be, totally honest, I've been working from home for 5 years. It's been amazing, and I got residual income from a job that I had done for about 18 months, and that carried me for the last few years. It's been paying my bills and allowing me and the kids to travel a little bit, but I can see the writing on the wall. That's coming to an end, and I needed to find something else. And Legacy Builders is it. And I don't say that it's it just because I'm in the program and I want you to become interested in it. It's because I've looked at other programs. I've looked at other business builders, online businesses, affiliate marketing, anything you can think of. I've probably put my hand on it at some point in time. Or put my eyeballs on it, trying to figure out whether it was something I wanted to look into further. And when I saw this and I got an idea of what they were doing, it was really, really impressive. My mic was over here. Hopefully that sound wasn't bad. The It was really impressive, everything that they've done, and I'm really glad that I got a good look at this thing because now, when I signed up the program, I bought the rights to the program. I bought the rights to the program, so I can resell it as many times as I want. There's no products, there's no monthly subscription, there's no annual, membership to buy, right? You just pay your fee, whatever level you wanna get in at, right? I got in this at the legacy level, and now I can resell the program to somebody else, all this training, all this information, all these skills. I can sell that to someone else and get 100% profit because I own the rights to sell it, master resale rights, and you own it and you can sell it, right? So, which is like buying a license. When you buy a license to reproduce a product for a company, you can make and sell as many things as you want. Now, some of those licenses require you pay a commission to the license holder. But again, the point is you can sell it as much as you want. There's no limit, right? You keep all the profit. So, which is nice. So I look at this as an opportunity to make enough money to where I'm not worried about it ever again. The system to implement is very simple and it's a lot of fun. And where was I going with that thought? Anyway, so I was just interested in finding something that's going to keep me at home, give me enough money to do more for my kids as they get older. As my kids get older, they have more demands. They become more expensive. What they want and want to do is more expensive. So I needed something that was really gonna do that for us. It was really gonna bring home, um, all the things that I've wanted for my kids, whatever they wanna do, learn sword fighting, horseback riding, it's not a big deal. I wanna be able to afford those things, and, that's what this has been allowing me to do, karate and dance lessons and acting lessons and whatever it is they want, I can do it. It doesn't have a I don't have a problem funding those things now, and here's what really sort of shook my world recently in the last couple of years that made me realize that we're lured by money and not by freedom when we take on jobs and careers. And a friend of mine had been working for a sales company for about 10 years and he moved up in the ranks. He had a big sales team. He was making a lot of money, a lot. Um, Probably in the upper half a percent of earners in America. I mean, he was up there. I would say he was approaching the millionaire status. And then one day he quit. He quit, and I'll tell you why he quit. He quit because he had no time, 0 time. Now, I would fly out and visit them because 'cause they're good friends of mine, and they lived on the other side of the country, so I'd fly from where I am in Tennessee to where they lived on the West Coast, and I'd stay with them. Me and the kids would go out and visit, we'd stay for a week. Well, I never saw him, never saw the guy, and when he got home from work, he would pass out on the couch after a meal, and he'd get up next morning, 7 AM, he'd be home at 7 o'clock the next night, sometimes later. And he did that 6 days a week and sometimes half a day on Sunday. So do the math, 70 hours a week, at least. That was what he did, 70 hours a week. And he'd pass out on the couch. It was bad. And I felt for the guy. Now he had 2 houses, fancy cars, all the fancy jewelry and all the stuff you could imagine. What do you do with all that cash? You buy stuff, you invest, but you didn't get to enjoy any of it. But I mean, as his son was getting older, he's a little younger than my son. As his son was getting older, he realized that he wasn't spending any time with his family. As he watched his son age, get older, he could talk, he could walk, and wanted to play sports, and he wasn't around for that. He wasn't around for those things. So what do you do? So he quit. He quit and started his own business, his own company. Now he's living the life that I think most of us would rather have, which is control over our income, control over our time, and control over our lives. He doesn't have to clock in, clock out, answer to anybody or ask for time off from work. That was something someone said too. If you still have to ask for time off from work, are you really free? Right? Asking. I'm not talking about telling someone, hey, I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. See you, mid-September. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just go because you want to go and you don't have to tell anybody. You take the business with you on the road. That would be amazing. Well, that's what I'm doing now. That's what I do now, right? The residual income that I've made in the past and this new business is allowing me to stay at home with my kids. I homeschool them. We're going to go to Dollywood. If you don't know where that is, that's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Dolly Parton's theme park. So we're going to go down there, stay overnight, and have a day of it uh, this coming week. So I'm looking forward to that. And but I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have the money coming in, residual, automated business, something where money was coming in. So, and that's the other major aspect of the legacy builders is that it is an automated business primarily. You set up the systems and it does everything for you, right? All you do is drive people to the funnel. They get the emails, they get videos, they sign up, they get paid, they get put into the system, they get put into the community, they get all the information they need. It's all hands off for you. And that is a beautiful thing. Because when I went through it, that's it. My friend sent me his link. I checked out a couple of the videos and boom, I was in the next day. He was like, holy cow, you're already in. That's amazing. That's amazing. Hey, I gotta turn my air conditioning on. It's hot here in Nashville. Turn it off when I get home and it's warm. So an automated business system is as ideal as it gets to a business model for me, one that's automated. In the real world, like in the physical world, if you want to automate something, you have to hire people to do it. You have to pay a person a salary. But with the tools on the internet, you don't have to pay anybody. A lot of them are free. A lot of the tools are free. The funnel I'm using is totally free. The website hosting is free. I'm not paying anything for that. There's no monthly cost on those things. So in the real world, you got to pay someone 15, 18, $20 an hour if you want them to work at your store or at your business or more to do these things. You want to hire a full-time marketing person, that's 50, $60,000 a year, plus all the equipment and all the fees for the software they use, right? Plus you have to keep an office where this person can go unless you let them work remotely. My point is, an automated business is really where it is. An automated business that almost runs itself. All you do is put yourself into it. You put yourself into it and you get all of this amazing training from the program. All of this training about all the social media sites from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, any of them. It teaches you how to post, what to say. Well, maybe not what to say, but who's your audience? Teach you how to find a perfect audience. For me, it's parents. I'm trying to help parents because I see parents with that parental guilt, right? Okay, then maybe the father works and the mom's home with the kids, but she's run hectic raising the kids, right? And the dad comes home and he's tired and they don't have that lifestyle where they can go and do whatever they want, right? They're just hanging on by a thread financially. There was one couple, they had come on, that once had joined this program, and they were living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't mean just paycheck to paycheck, but they were behind a paycheck. And this is how their month would go. They get paid twice a month. So they get the first check that covered food and bills for a couple of weeks, right? And then they get another check, say the third week of the month, for example. Well, that would just barely cover the remaining costs of their life to live, just to live. We're not talking about, to cover their travel or their fancy house or anything. They were just scraping by. And that last week, they had to float a check. Oh no, they used a credit card. That's what it was. They put the last part of the month's bills on a credit card every month for years. They could not catch up that little gap. They couldn't catch up that gap. They just needed $1,000. So this is what they did. So they got those 2 checks, they put the last bit of the month's bills on a credit card. Then when they get that first check, that's what I should have said the first time. When they get that first check of the next month, it pays down that credit card, that $1,000. And then they use the remainder of those paychecks to live till the next paycheck comes in the 3rd week. End of the month, it's not enough. They use the credit card to pay off the balance. Then, start of the first month, that first check again pays down that credit card. So they're incurring interest. It was costing them money to have a bad financial strategy. And they were trying to find something that was going to help them fix that. How the heck were they going to fix that? They did, by the way. They did fix that. They were desperate and they weren't young. These were an older couple that had been working for years. The kids were out of the house and this older couple were struggling to pay bills just to live. I mean, it's an expensive world we live in. And this poor couple who had worked their whole life weren't making it. Sorry, it's like 90 degrees and it's 9 o'clock at night here. I'm dying from this heat. So, an automated business, it's for beginners. It's not complex. It's not like affiliate marketing. You have a community that supports you. You own the product. You can sell it as many times as you want. No monthly fees. It doesn't get better than that. Well, it probably could, but I don't know any business right now that is better than that. Where you can make enough money with 3 or 4 sales a month to quit your full-time job. That's it, 3 or 4 sales. You can quit. You can stay at home, you can take care of your kids, and you can grow. The thing is, you're not gonna stay at 3 or 4 sales. You're not gonna stay at 3 or 4 sales. You're gonna build up to the point where you've got 30 or 40 sales coming in every month, right? If you just do the program as you're instructed, you're gonna make enough money to where you're not concerned about anything. Bills are the last thing on your mind because that's just on automatic. It just gets drafted every month. You're not worrying about any of that, right? Maybe you gotta write a check for your mortgage. I don't know, but probably not these days. They'll just draft it ACH right out of your account. So the program is designed to put you in front of people who are like-minded, people who are looking for solutions to their life, solutions to their time problem, to their money problem, right? If you I haven't even talked about the best part is that it's designed to let you work 2 hours a day, maybe 3 if you're really ambitious. But you can do this in 2 hours a day. They're gonna teach you how to organically drive people into your business, and they're gonna become interested. And you get out there and you talk to people, and you tell them what they want and need is here. That's what they're looking for. The answer to the problems is here. They can work from home, they can have fun doing it, they can be with their family, right? Or if they're empty nesters, they can travel and see their kids because I know kids move away. I moved away as soon as I could when I was older. So you've got a 2-hour workday on an automated business, no monthly fees, a ton of training, actual mentorship. People who are unbelievably successful in the business are there live all the time, sharing how they do it, coaching you almost one on one. Like, because they'll stop once they're done with their presentation, they'll get one on one with people and be like, what are you running into? Okay, here's what's happening. And they say, okay, don't do that, do this, tweak it this way, right? Do more of this, go back and rewatch these modules. It's really, there's a lot of care and interest from this community. And I'm really blown away. It's amazing. So I'm excited about it. I wouldn't be on here at 9 o'clock at night talking about it if I didn't want other people to know about it because there's so many people out there who have done things like MLM. How many MLM programs have you done? I don't know. I've done a dozen probably network marketing and multi-level marketing programs, right? And on the surface, they sound amazing, but when you start doing it, you realize there were several where they didn't care if I sold any product. They didn't care if I sold product. They just wanted me to sign up memberships, which was what I was. I was a member, and then I get discount on the products, and then anyone that buys from me, I get a commission, right? And then anybody below me that signs up as a member, when they sell products, I get an override, right? It's a basic model in the sales organization. But they didn't care if I sold the product. I'm like, "Well, why do we talk about the product if you just want me to sign people up? Just recruit, recruit, recruit." And this woman was like, "Well, I'm making $3,000 a month off of their monthly fees. The people that I've signed up, I'm making 3,000 a month just from the monthly fees." I'm like, "Okay, that's great, but that you coach." So it was just that was if ever there was a pyramid scheme, that's what it was. Everyone just paid to be in the membership. They paid a membership fee to be in the organization, and the money just flowed up lines, just like that, just flowed up lines. No products were being sold. I think because the product was the membership, and then you got to peddle something, potions and lotions. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, they just had you go out, talk to people, call your mom and dad, all that stuff. And I was like, this is crazy. That was the second time, probably in 2 years, where I had been part of an organization where they didn't care if you sold products, just sell the membership, recruit, recruit, recruit. So that was my experience with network marketing. And that's not like this. There's no recruiting. There's no teams to build. How many commissions? I lost track of the thousands of dollars that I've lost in commissions because I didn't build my sales team properly. Like the secret matrix or the magic structure, whatever pyramid thing they wanted, this leg, like build over here, then build this way, and then stack them up. It's ridiculous. If you sell something, you should get paid. Not in these organizations. They hide all that money in these complicated structures so that you can't get your bonuses, and the commissions are withheld because you didn't hit your certain marks, and it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I know it's supposed to push production and push sales, but it soured me quickly. Hey, here was my commission. Oh, well, anyway, I could go on and on. You sign somebody up and they take that person you signed up and don't put them under you. They move them over here to someone else on the team or move them down a couple of notches so your commission is dead. But the guy above you or the lady above you just got a giant bonus because that cleared out this whole line. It's so silly. I never want to touch that model again. I want to stay away from LM and network marketing. Plus the monthly fees, you're spending hundreds of dollars a year and getting nothing. That was just to be a part of the group. You didn't even get any product. Oh man, that's what a nightmare. I did that so many times. I get sucked in. This is different. It's different how you do it. And anyway, I've seen them suddenly just pull the plug on some of the upper level salespeople who've been in the company from the beginning. They're like, "Hey, so we're restructuring the commissions and bonuses now, and they're going to pay out this way and pay out that way." And then so all the money that people were making, they're living, was just ripped out from under them. Just pulled the rug out from under these people financially, and they fell on their face. And then they would leave the company because the guys at the top were greedy. It's just greed. Millions of dollars are flowing into the company from the work of these people, but they were getting paid too much, but which is ridiculous. So anyway, my point is this organization is nothing like that. It's so fantastic. There's so many moms in here, single moms and dads and single parents that are working to raise their kids. Like they've started to experience a little bit of parental guilt. If you know what that is, it's just like you feel bad, like, man, I wish I could do more for my kids. I wish I could be with them more, right? Just whatever feeling that is that you're not providing in a manner that you feel is sufficient to make you feel like a good parent. By the way, if you ever think that you're not a good parent, you're probably a good parent because people who are bad parents, they don't care if they're good parents. They would never have those thoughts. They don't care. You start thinking, oh, I'm not a good parent and wish I could do more and whatever. You're a good parent because bad parents don't care. They never have that thought. But a lot of parents are being driven by this parental guilt of like, oh, I want to do more for my kids, be around them more. And not everybody. I mean, I'm not saying every parent is like that. But many of these parents who are doing it, there's a lady on today, she was talking about being a realtor and how the industry has completely crashed, like utterly crashed. There's some big lawsuit just settled, and real estate agents are fleeing the industry, literally just fleeing. Like you turn the lights on and all the critters go running. They're just running. And she cannot get a commission because buyers are also hesitant to get into the market because of they don't know really understand what's going on either. They think something's changed and it's making it harder to buy homes. It hasn't, by the way. Home buying has not changed at all. There's this one little tweak about the commissions. But anyway, I think they shot themselves in the foot, but that's my opinion. So she was talking about the fact that she was sick to her stomach because she'd get an agreement that the person was going to work with her so she could list the house and then they would back out. right? Or she'd have a deal all set up with a buyer and seller and then it would fall apart. So nothing was guaranteed. She had no control over it. It was all up to the buyers and sellers and them going back and forth and deciding if they were going to close on the deal. She was tired of it. And then she found this program. It lined up perfect with what she's with the type of life that she was doing was engaging with people and talking to people and helping people. This program can help people. The only reason most of us aren't online making a small fortune right now is we don't know how. We don't know how to use TikTok. We don't know how to use YouTube. We don't know how to go live. We don't know how to post. We don't know what to post or how often to post or when to post. We don't know any of that. Well, I didn't up until recently. We don't know how to get online and attract people to our business. Otherwise, we would do it. Why wouldn't you? This is so much easier than getting in a car and driving somewhere in traffic and then sitting in your cubicle office all day for 8 or 9 or 10 hours and then coming home at night. Who wants to do that? That's not a life. For 40 years, 50 years, and then you retire, and then what? You're collecting some pittance of welfare from the government? This the skills you will learn in this program can be used to sell anything online. Because all you need to do is know how to build an audience. You just need to know how to attract attention and interest people. You can use it for any product, right? What I want to do is I want to use the resale rights that I've got in this program to introduce people to this so they can make up their own mind. Do they want to resell the program or do they want to come up with another product? There are real estate agents right now. I think they were in Pennsylvania and they bought this program. So they gave the training on how to develop an online presence in their community so that they could let homeowners in the area know that they were available for whatever they needed, right? A consultation to buy a house, to sell a house, you want to get an appraisal, whatever it is. He wanted to be an authority online, but didn't have any clue how to do it. Because people post, they post and post and post. They make videos, but there's no content. There's no information. It's not entertaining or interesting. It'd be great if it was both, right? Information and entertainment, which is amazing. I've seen those videos. I'm not there yet. But that's what it is. Now, within the program, if you don't want to sell the program itself, right? There's a list of 200 different digital products that you can sell. And it walks you through all the different ones that you can do. There's hundreds of options of different products that you can sell using the same system. Using the same system. You can sell whatever you want. There's hundreds of products. But I know that what's in demand right now is training. People want to learn how to do things. Right now, consumers are spending about $7 billion a year on online courses. $7 billion a year. There's going to be 8 billion next year. And by 2032, it's going to be about 16 billion. It's going to double within the next 8 years. Corporations spend $500 billion right now. Corporations like the government, universities, state governments, corporations to train their new hires, to train their executives. It's all done online. It's all e-learning. It's massive. It's going to be at over $1 trillion. E-learning, over $1 trillion. It's a $1 trillion industry. This is people are putting a lot of attention on the internet, on their computers, on their phones, on their tablets. They are watching all the time. Where do you want to be? In a dark closet somewhere? Or do you want to be online where people are looking? And you don't need a massive audience. Look, there was a woman, I think she had gotten about 10,000 followers on one of her accounts, and she made $750,000 with 10,000 followers. Maybe it was 11,000. That was it. $750,000 with how many did I say? 11,000 followers. $750,000 with 11,000 followers. That's not massive. That's not. You don't have to be a YouTube star or an internet sensation to make this happen. You just have to know what to say, who are you talking to, and what to post. Not when. When's not important. Sometimes, but those are little nuances that aren't really relevant if you're posting good content. How many times have you gotten on your phone and found something great at 9 o'clock in the morning, at noon, at 10 o'clock at night, 3 in the morning? Sometimes I can't sleep. At 3 in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, these are great videos. Why aren't they on during the day? Right? So you can find good content all the time. So it doesn't really matter when you post. I'm not here to train you. I'm just talking about the fact that you can actually Learn all these things. All of this technology and all of these systems are there to be learned. When I say technology, I mean a system, right? It's systematized. It's a program, a step-by-step program you follow to get a result at the end. And the result would be you building an audience of people who are like, oh, I like this guy. I like this lady. I like what they're saying. I'm interested. I want to hear more about it. And that's what you do. You get on here and you talk about what you got. You talk about how it can solve problems. Think about it. What would you do if you could cut your work week in half and still make the same amount of money? You say you go from 50 to 25 hours and you're home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What would your life be like then? What would your life be like if you cut your work hours in half? What if you didn't even have to commute? What if you just kept your regular schedule but didn't have to drive anywhere? What would your life be like? What do you think about that? What if you just roll out of bed and go to work at your computer? What would it be like? That's if you're not already doing it, by the way. What would your life be like? What if you could get your workday down to about 2 hours? And it didn't matter when you did the 2 hours, 7 in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, doesn't matter. What if you get your work week down to 2 hours a day? That'd be amazing, right? And you're making more money than you ever have before. What would your life be like? What if you were making double your salary right now? Quadruple your salary? What if you made $100,000 in the next 6 months? What would your life be like? I mean, my life's going to be really good. That's my target. It's gonna be great. You can have all this extra cash. You can have a little fun with it at first, right? That's how it is whenever I have a big chunk of money. Have a little fun, and then I allocate it to things that are important, right? Like expanding my businesses. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and thanks for listening. If you did listen, I appreciate that. There are opportunities out there, and you don't have to be beautiful, unbelievably talented. You don't have to be an internet guru. You don't have to be a superstar. Just regular people are making money online, a lot of money, because that's where a lot of us are looking. There's a lot of opportunity on the internet. There's a lot of chances for you to make money, and there's a lot of chances for you to change your life. So if you liked anything I said, definitely follow me. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. Work from home single dad is my name. And so that's it. I hope you all have a great evening and take care.